to my little camp and making a little fire, heating it up in there. It's warmer out here. Just thought I'd come on for a bit and see if anyone was around. That's good. Oh, of course, you can hear a squirrel in the background already. I don't even remember if I have my volume on. Without touching it, can you hear me? Must be a delay in my internet, probably. I just finished carving something. I don't have it with me right now. I was thinking of my dad yesterday, with all the family stuff, and I was remembering when I did a mending on a fishing net. Like, I was only probably like 10 years old, and he was showing me. So I thought, well, I don't have a needle. So I took a piece of pine today that was kind of like thin like this and split it, and I carved it up, and then I used my Dremel to get the holes around the top, and I started trying to mend a little net. It's kind of cool that, like, I didn't look anything up yet. I'm going to have to, because my knots aren't coming in right on the net itself. But it was kind of fun to do. Hi, Lily. How are you? Welcome. Decided to come on for a little bit here and back at my camp. I don't know, like, it's better if I probably turn the camera the other way for a bit so you can see. I don't know if it will do that for me now. Sometimes it's a little tricky. There it is. So there's my fire pit. It's still doing good. And look at the willows. They still last it. I picked those like this spring, and the buds didn't fall off. And there's a view over through where some of the animals come. The squirrels were just making some noises when I got back here. Thank you, Lily. There's a lot more beautiful spots than this. I haven't gone a lot farther, and someday I hope I get to show you that, because there is more beautiful things. I see way over there a bush is moving quite frantically in the wind, and at first I thought it was, oh, that's a deer, but it's a big long stalk of hay. I got a lot of cleanup here, Lily. I don't think you've seen that before. I've been clearing up the woods. There's a lot of old trees and stuff like that. Oh yeah, 37. Well, that's pretty good. We are put you up there. We're definitely not cloudy. Well, like, there's clouds there, nice puffy clouds, but it's lots of blue sky. You can see smoke is starting to come out of my chimney. The wind picked up, so that's what's making it cool here. It was plus 7 Celsius, and I know you guys go by Fahrenheit. Oh, hello there. How are you? Scandic Outdoors. Welcome. I'm doing pretty good. As you know, my video the other day, my brother's sibling is going to be going through an operation, and they moved it up to next week. So I'm not so worried about the operation. It's the, well, maybe I am a little bit, but it's cardio, so that's serious. But it's the healing part. But that's why haven't been really on doing a lot. That's my camp door. Thank you. I kind of like more worried about my mom. My mom is older, and like, if something happens, it'll bother her so bad. That's what I'm worried about. Here is, I made a lily, like some people haven't seen this. I tried to make I tried to make some kind of a dragonfly out of a stick. It's just done with little twigs. And this is my piece here in here that I just built on that I'm going to cook in eventually. I haven't done that yet. Like I say, I'm busy. I got the roof in on the top, but I got to put some sheathing on it. It's kind of done up like a little bar. And let's see, there's smoke's coming out of the chimney up there. And there's my benches and everything. And this is solar light here that I put up, and it oops, sorry guys, it lights up at night, every night. And these ones that are on the ground, I'm going to have to pick them up and put them up higher. They'll get covered with snow. But I just realized, you know those little tags that are inside? You probably should peel it off so the battery can make them work. And I don't think I've done that. So I've been saving it. You can see rabbit tracks and stuff by the camp. Did you guys see the lynx on the video? I finally caught the lynx going by. It was only a short glimpse of him, but he was big. It's a male. Males are always bigger than the females. So how is everybody else doing? Good? Thank you, Lily. Yes, dragonflies are gorgeous. What I like is here, that over in the field next is they nest over there in the fall. So they kind of like dart around, and you can try to get them on video, but they're really hard to get on video. It's hard to catch them because they're always going different places. Anybody doing anything special today? I'm just going to be chilling by the fire for a while. Every so often, come back and keep this place. What are you up to, Lily? Oh, don't be jealous. I think the world, like our whole world, is beautiful. Like there's beauty everywhere. Oh, wow. Good for you meeting your grandma. That's cool. Family's important. Yeah, everywhere in the world is beautiful. I think when you get older, you realize that you can make any place home. It's what's in your heart. And it takes a long time to get there. But you have to love yourself and be happy with whatever situation is there in order to make it the best that you can. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. That's what I think anyway. It's hard because, life isn't easy. There's ups and downs and struggles, but that's the only way to approach it. I always found the stuff that you worried about the most ended up never happening, and you wasted a lot of time for nothing. You just got out of work and uploaded a video. Yes, I saw there was something about, was that yours about the coyote? I haven't watched it yet, but I will. Do you mean the weather-wise or the terrain? No, don't give up, but just be careful. Guess what happened here today, to change the subject totally? Well, not here, but where in this province, there was another grizzly bear attack. Like, I'm not trying to be negative about anything, but there was. Afraid of. It's the grizzlies. Like, black bears aren't different than grizzlies. And it's like all animals. If they have babies, then you don't want to be away. You back away from them. But black bears are different because I've been around them all my life, and animals can sense fear too. You shouldn't let animals know that you're afraid because they can sense that. They're like dogs, they react to that. But black bears, you have to not be intimidated by them and you have to stand up to them, where grizzlies, you have to be timid with them and hope that they don't attack you. Just take cover. That's why I don't like going around places that I'm not familiar with or unprepared, or you stumble on them, because that's when they're dangerous. Yeah, black bears, like if they're bored, they're like grizzlies. They'll go to a camp and claw around. They like the smell of gas and kerosene, and like you'll notice they'll get on like sleds and rip up the leather seats. I don't know what their fascination is with that. I'll probably Google it and see what it's about later. Okay. Yeah, I just was listening to the news today about some of our Canadian warships were over in Japan doing some training. They're working together. Just my smoke, see, it's coming down. The way the wind is, it's coming down. Is the trees are pretty tall here, but they're they're taller than most places. You can't really see that. They're quite small because, you know, this was cut off, as we saw in my hidden treasure videos. But when you get in the bigger woods, the trees here don't have any limbs on them until they get to the top. So it makes it easier for cutting wood if you needed it. When I got a dead tree over here, this one right there, it's right by the live one, and it's got a dead top. It goes up there, and the problem is it's kind of hooked up in that limb up there. So it's going to be a little tricky. Hi, Johan. Welcome. Yes, the wood smoke smells so good. I used some birch bark to light it today, and I've been raised on firewood, and I don't know if I could go to an apartment without it, but they don't allow those in apartments, so I'm going to be doomed if they put me in a home someday. I'm just going to ask them to leave me under a tree. Yeah, nature's good. It's healing and stuff. It's a good place to be. You can hear I wonder, can you hear the crunch of the snow? Because I don't, can you hear that? It was really, really, really crunchy because it was frozen. But now, because it was mild today, it's not. Got some old stumps here. See, that's one of the old stumps where it was cut years ago. Yeah, I'm quite a ways from the city. The first little place that you can get gas is probably 50 minutes away. And then after that, the next town is 100 kilometers, which I guess is like, well, with this, it would be like 70 some miles. And then the next one is over a 2.5 hour drive. Look at this big spruce over here that I limbed up. You can't really tell. That's what I don't like about cameras. When you're showing a tree, it never shows how big they are. So maybe if I try to put my arms around the tree. This is only a small one, so it's like, I can't touch my hand. And this is only a small tree. And that's a very tiny tree. And that's the limbs kind of die at the bottom, so they make good firewood. But at the top, they stay green. But that's what I'm doing there. Look at the smoke coming out of the chimney now. It'll be nice and toasty in there. Yeah. Yeah, and there's some trees that are even bigger than that here that I haven't, that you can't see. And then there's other places where you go where it's never been touched. The trees are growing out like celery out of the ground, like 4 trees out of a stump, and they're that huge. And it's strange. You know, like the moss grows on the poplar. The poplar don't last very long. And they always used to say you could tell your direction by what side the moss grew on the tree. But if you notice, this moss is going around all sides. So if you kind of relied on that, it's not always true. It's different for every place you live. You kind of have to learn the land and how it grows. Sun's going down. What time of day is it where you are, Scandic and Lily? Is it is the sun going down yet where you are? I built this lily with my own hands. Okay, the sun's already down. Yeah, it's usually on the north side. But what I'm finding is, like, see, it's on the north side of that tree way over there. But what I'm finding here is it's not always the case. There was someone that got lost once in the forest in the other province in Nova Scotia. Oh, wow, midnight. Wow, that's late. You're like me. Sometimes I'll go to bed early, wake up in the night. Just lately, especially with my dog. She's resting now. I had her out today. He got lost. He went fishing to this lake with his dad, and there was a creek. They walked up the creek to the lake, and he thought the son thought he would walk up at the top of the lake, and he got halfway around the top of the lake, and then he thought he would come down around, but for some reason he didn't follow the creek back down, and he went course and he got lost instead of turning back and coming the way that he went. Yeah, I was talking to my mom. So when I want to call my family, I called at 1:30 and it was already 5:30 there. So it makes it's 4 hours difference when I call them. Right now, the sun is going down just after 5. So it was around, it will be, I can't remember even when I went on. It was around 2 o'clock or something after 2. So it'll be another 3 hours before it's dark. It's in the west. It's like a 4-hour difference. It's funny because the province next to us is not 9 hours away, and they're an hour. It keeps going 3. Then you get to Ontario. Yeah, it's 3 there, and then you pass that, it's like 1 hour. Like, that's if you live that way. That's okay. Call them at midnight. Yes, we just changed our clocks back. this year I almost like forgot to do actually most of my things I forgot to do it on until it actually flipped over. After I used to pay really attention to it, and when it happens on the weekends, sometimes I don't, and then oh yeah, right, that happened. I think they should keep it the same. I don't like it when they change it. It's I mean, I guess it's because of the darkness and the schedule of work and whatever, but I don't think they should change it. Just leave it alone. That's what's happening with the animals. Their schedule is changing. Like the deer, the last time was coming in the middle of the night, and now they moved to about 5:30, 6 in the morning. Okay. Yes. You know where I want to go, Henry? I want to visit Sorel, Quebec. It has a different name attached to it. Something Sorel, Quebec. Yeah. I I know. They say that they keep our time as California, Washington, or something like that. It has to do with trade. I don't know why, but something to do with trade or something. But I think they should just leave it alone. Yeah, I want to go. That's one place I haven't been. I want to go to Sorel, Quebec, and then I want to go down the Hudson. And if everything comes back to normal someday and I live that long, I'd like to go right down through to New York because there's a lot of history there and connection with family way back, and I want to see it. But who knows? It might just be a dream. Maybe you had a long day, Lily. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes sometimes we get tired. Our body shuts us down, whether we like it or not. Our mind, sometimes, or our mind, I guess, shuts us down. We can keep going, but eventually we crash because we're doing too much. That's a way of telling us you need some time to recover. It's a good thing that way, even though we're saying, oh, we got to do this, we have to do that. It says to you, nope, you're not doing it. Take a break. I haven't done any much boating this year. I didn't have much time. Never been to Jamestown, no. Yes, very true about the darkness and getting more tired that way. That's why a lot of people have those extra lights. I don't know what you call them. I'm sure you guys know because they need them because it can cause depression and different things if you're not getting enough sunlight. Like there's goods and bads because too much sun is not good for your skin, but it's also needed to help with mood too. Luckily, today it's been clear, as you saw there. It's been really clear, and yeah, that's right, Henry. Yeah, it's me too. I like with all this stuff that's going on, it's the same. I wish I could zoom in down there, but I can't. It's the same for me. You want to keep going, but sometimes you hit a little roadblock, and I've done that lately. Yes, if you do come to Canada, you have to check out the Rockies and probably Ontario, Northern Ontario, Algonquin Park, and then the East Coast. The East Coast is beautiful. Nova Scotia, all those places are gorgeous. Yeah. Well, the plane tickets, I'm not sure what they would cost from where you are, but the expense is not too bad. Like when I went, that's one of the other things. I haven't been home in a couple of years, so I'm missing it. So that's kind of added to missing home because I always go to visit my family. But you can stay in a motel there that's quite nice for like $90 a night, and it's got a kitchenette and everything. I'm not sure what that would be in Norwegian, but it's very economical that way if you book ahead. Boudreaux, is that how you pronounce it? I know there are different Boudreaux there are lots of Boudreaux on the East Coast, in Shelburne Way on the South Shore, but that's the only place I've heard that name. I'm sure it's quite popular. You know what's something about that $700 one way is funny because that's cheaper than me flying from here across. It's like 60, it's like I don't know, 7 hour flight if you're 7, 8 hour flight if you're going direct. And if you don't book your tickets months in advance, you could pay 700 to 1,000 one way. Okay. Yeah, I would. People may not be familiar with your name. I'm trying to remember. I think yours is the first time I've seen it spelled with the X. Yeah. Some people don't use the X, so then that would make it even different for them. Are you bilingual, Lily? I usually reuse my water bottles. Does anyone? Yes, prices have definitely gone up. Oh, I think your name is good the way it is. Oh, yes, Spanish would be interesting to learn. I am trying to learn some Mi'kmaq, First Nations language, and it's easier when it's in front of the screen and you can see it, but to remember it here, it's hard to do. But I find it interesting. You're welcome. How do you find learning the Spanish? That must be a little, do you find that not so bad? I can write French better than I can speak it. You have to really practice, like you'll lose it. I did very well in French in school, but I don't have the accent for it. And you really got to practice any language. Okay, that's a good idea. It's good word association with objects and stuff. Yeah, that's a smart way to learn. Oh, growing your own food is really good because it's so much better for you. I did the garden this year, and put my carrots in one of my videos. You'll notice to talk about putting my carrots in sand, and I did. And boy, are they keeping good. The only thing is, I have to make sure the sand is a little drier because when you wash them, they're like they came out of the ground. But you got to make sure that you don't push it into the carrot, if you know what I mean. Like you peel it, wash it like off gently, and then um, be careful that you don't do that. So that was one of the downfalls. Like I'm not getting sand in my carrot when I cook it, but there's a potential for that if you don't use drier sand. But it worked really good. They're like hard, crisp, just like I just dug them up, and it's November, and I did them in the 1st of August. What kind of things are you growing there? And I'm trying to remember your name, Scandic from Outdoors. I'm sorry, forgive me, because I want to call you by your name, and I have to look it up. I only saw it once in your video. Oh, well, thank you very much. That. I love hearing that I'm actually helping people. That's very nice. Thank you. Thor, that's it. I knew it. And I was like, superhero, mighty Thor. Yes. Yes, so true. So what kind of things are you growing, Thor? Did you try? Potatoes probably would work really good there, and root vegetables, tomatoes. I'm not sure how long your growing season is for your Thor or Lily, if you do a garden, Lily. Very good. Potatoes and carrots are like staples in the garden, because then you can have fish and different, food with them. But they're very good to have. Right now, potatoes for a 5-pound bag, no, 10 pounds maybe, is like $10 or $12. So it adds up. We used to have like a big, like if you looked from here to the water, like I showed you, we'd have a whole field like that planted when I was growing up. Have beautiful animals and deer coming to your garden. Yes, I think everyone had trouble with the potatoes around the world this year. They were smaller. Okay. I don't use, all my planting is organic. I don't use any chemicals. I did use the beer in one of my videos, you'll see, to get slugs because we had too much rain. But none of my crop has chemicals of any kind. Thank you very much, Lily. I appreciate you here. And if you don't get back, that's okay, but I'm very glad you showed up and nice to meet you. We used to have the potato bug store, and when we were kids, we got paid a quarter if we would fill up a little jam bottle or a pickle jar and have soap in it, put the bugs in so they wouldn't kill all the crop. The only way you should use the chicken manure in the garden is if it's been really cured, because if you don't mix it with something else and cure it, it's too acidic and it will kill your crop. It won't do well. So you need to have it sit out for over, mine was longer. Like mine had been out for like 6 years. You don't have to do it that long. The best. Hi, Gary. How are you? Yeah, eggshells. Yeah, eggshells work good too. Dry them out. That's why I always have like a little container but in my kitchen that I put the shells in, and then they dry and do them up small. They're very good for plants. Yeah, dry it. Take, if you have eggs for breakfast or whatever, save your shells like Lily does, and just let them dry. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Gary, keeping myself distracted. I was telling everybody I carved a needle for making fish nets today. I was thinking of Dad and stuff, and thinking, the family with what's going on. And I said, I want to just see if I can whittle up a fishnet needle. And that's what I did. But I really got to practice my knots, like my, weaving. So I'm going to have to find out, because it's been like many, many years since I done it. You're very welcome, Thor. I'm glad you could join us with it being so late over there. Make sure everybody subscribes to each other's channel if they have one. Thor, if you, I'm not sure if you're subscribed to Gary's channel, Tucker and I, he has a lab, and he has really good outdoor stuff, content, hunting and fishing and cooking and everything. You'll like it. Yeah, maybe you can show us. I'm going to have to look up good YouTube and find out what I'm doing wrong. I'm not quite getting the knot. So if I'm not careful, it's doing a little slip. I'm just drawing all this from memory, so I'm going to have to start doing some research. Okay, thank you, Henry. I'm really glad you got to stop by. You're always so supportive. Best wishes to you and your family tonight. Take care. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, Gary has a great channel, and he's always very supportive and doing interesting things. Yes. Did you find anything out about weaving those mats yet, Gary? I know you're really busy. It's just curious. Oh, it's chilly now. Yeah, I'll actually show you, Deb. It's snow on the ground, and that's not much for this time of year. And you can see up there, it's kind of windy, but it's not really showing it. The trees are moving quite a bit. It was like +7 Celsius. You'd have to convert that. But now it's cooling off because the sun's going to be going down and stuff. Yeah, this is the brightest it's been, because every time there's been an event like meteors or the aurora, it's turned cloudy and started to like snow a little. So it was disappointed. I missed the meteors. Just as it was starting to flash, the clouds came and covered it over. She doesn't want to give any hints. Well, I know, like, I've got it pretty well figured out in my head what they're doing, but I'm just going to wing it and try something if I get enough rope. I should have brought more rope on the plane. Bet you now I couldn't even bring rope on the plane. It would be not allowed. It'd be dangerous. I'm making a fire here. You can see the smoke is coming down. I'll be going inside there in a while. What are you gonna do tonight, Gary? Cook something amazing. You've already probably had supper by now. And Deb and Mike, they're probably finished a hike somewhere. Something exciting. Yeah, I haven't had. I'm going to make roast beef au jus tonight. I think I got a craving for roast beef and au jus. Yeah, soup was good. I've been having more soup lately. The wintertime makes me like soup even more. Like, I think a couple days ago I had some chicken noodle. Okay. Yeah, your body, though, will tell you when it's hungry. That's one good thing. You'd have to use a calendar, Lily. Maybe that helps. I'm not sure. Oh, moose sausage and burgers. Oh, that'll be so good. I haven't gotten any moose. I haven't seen any around since those ones that were early in spring. Yeah, Tucker will be in there. Oh, yes. If you do let yourself get too hungry, you can get headaches and stuff. I can understand that. That's always the first sign, getting a headache because you waited too long to eat. Yeah, blood sugar too. Yeah, and it gets worse when you get older. You're going to make Hunter's pot later today. What is that, Thor? I don't know. I like to learn what that is. Take care, Deb and Mike. Have a good evening. I should see if we can check on my fire here. Are you able to tell us what that is, Thor? Just curious. Oh, it's nice and toasty in here, but it's also dark. Chat for a while, and I'm glad there's some people that actually come on and have a chat and meet some new people and let them stare out the window while I fix this and wobble them around and make you dizzy. And always count on Connie to make you dizzy. There we go. Yes, painting is awesome. Painting, carving, creating, it's a good thing. We all like to do that. If you want to, Lily, you can check out June's Village. June apostrophe S Village. She has a channel, and you could learn from that, and she could probably help you. The hunter stew, like, with wild game and vegetables? Because I haven't referred to that before. Yeah. And also, June's Village, her parents have a channel, Andy in the Woods. But she's very good. She explains about her autism, and she's very creative. When people don't have different senses, um, they're more creative, and they see things that we don't always see. It's hard to explain, but I find them, so brilliant. And she's a very good painter. Oh, good, Thor. That's awesome. I'll be there to watch that. I always enjoy your videos. And that last one you did where you were on the dock, that was so awesome. I really, really like that. Anything to do, because I don't get to go to the ocean much. The ocean's 7 hours from here. Yeah, Andy's good. That's good, Gary. Gary's always a good support. Gary is a support to everyone. I try to support everyone as well as I can. Like always, sometimes, I get busy or life gets in the way, but well, thank you, Thor. Yeah, I noticed I'm doing that more too, Gary. I mean, I I don't have Netflix. I took out a lot of stuff and now it's mostly YouTube. And if you're watching like certain series or shows or different things and gets to know what you like, and I've been watching some pretty amazing things lately. Yeah, life does get busy and there's things going on for sure, and it takes away from that. But we all do our best, and I like it because everybody. It's not just about the videos anymore. Everybody's becoming like a community, and it's really been very good that way. A positive experience for me, and I'm so happy that I've done that. Oh, that's great that you guys. When are you going to do a video on your trip to Thor? Do you think you'll get back at that before long? How is it on my delay? Is there much delay on what I'm saying to what you guys can hear? Thank you for the no delay. Hi, Holly. Nice to meet you. I don't think you've been here before. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to your trip, Thor. And as you always do, such amazing things. I haven't gone in a kayak, mostly in a canoe. Um, I certainly would have to trim up my physique for a kayak. It'd be a goal of mine, something to look forward to. Thank you. Okay, Holly. Yeah, we were just on for a little while, just showing outside. I'm inside my little cabin right now. We're just all having a chat, chilling before the evening. Oh, it would be nice to have that kind of thing where everybody could collaborate and go out on trips together. But some of us are so far away. What's changed for me too is I'm gonna want to send appreciation out to some community members in a gift. And I just, because I'm behind the times, realized that the shipping rules have changed for the US. In anything under $800 was never bothered in an envelope when you shipped it. But now, just to ship like a little bit of fat wood and rocks and some Canadian pins and different things that I want to send to my friends over there was to take a photo of what you're sending in the box, get a application made, pay duties on that box, whatever the photo they screen tells them to charge you. Then you get an ID number. Then you have to give all your personal information as if you're being screened. Then you have to um, go to the post office and fill out a customs form and declare everything. And it's become this whole big long process that is making it hard. Before you could just mail it and be done with it. But this, I don't know why it's gotten like that. So I'm a little discouraged on that because I got to figure out a different way that I can send my community members gifts and thank yous. And I don't know if I'll do it through Amazon or what I'm going to have to do, but it's become difficult. Something like an example will be Gary sent me, I won a contest on his channel. He has lots of different giveaways and things. And I got that camo outfit and I used it. And then if I'm out there, sometimes I'll think, man, I'm so thankful that I got that from Gary. This is kind of cool. And I don't know. And then you'll see somebody do something on their channel and you're like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. Or, oh, I'd like to try that. So it's good. It keeps us going. A declaration ID. I said, what? And then it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be shipping anything anytime soon. Is it as bad as it seems? Like, say, some people will say, oh, I'm going to have an appreciation giveaway, but it's only open to the country they're in. I don't really want to do that because I have so many supporters everywhere. So I got to think of something. He's probably, yeah, Matt's really good. And he has some really good stories. And sometimes there's a Sasquatch or Sam Squanch, whatever you want to call him, that appears for his grandson. But he's a really cool guy. And he'll make you smile. Whenever I need to smile, I go watch one of Ozark Wood's stories. Okay. Yeah. I moved mine yesterday. I had to put new batteries in one of them. Gary from Tucker and I has really good new model solar ones, the Guard Pro, I think it is. Gary could tell you the name. They take video at night that's so clear, and mine is grainy. If I try, like when I edit, you can't really see, so if I draw it in, it'll get grainy. But if you look at Gary's videos at night, oh man, they're just like daytime. Guess what, Matt? That links that was in the video, the last one this week, is the first time I got to see him. I think he was probably the one that got the rabbit. Yeah, there it is, Guard Pro E9P. Okay, well, that's good. I look forward to your story, Matt. They always make me chuckle. And I always like, I don't know, it's just, I want to do up a, what is it called? Well, we call them beaver baggers here. Sorry. But you take an old car and you just speed it around. Well, now, because of those stories you've been telling me, I want to because I've got a couple of vehicles here, the old Sunfire, make it into a car so I can just laugh at the stories you told me. It would go good on the ice here. Maybe put skis on it. Yep, the Lynx got to eat too. Yeah. But he left me 1 foot. Wasn't a lot of it left. I got it curing now. I did it up and it's in the final process so I can make a keychain out of it because I was kind of lucky to find that. Someone said to me, why are you touching that foot? You could pick up something from it. Well, you wear gloves, and I don't think so. Scandic, what, Thor, the question did you had? You had a question? I'm probably squinting because I don't have my glasses on. See this here? This was one of my first prizes on this channel. It's from Randy, Ozark's Great Adventures. And I want to tell you, I should have did a review on this. This here, it does take batteries like double D's, but they last, like these batteries have been in here and they last and last and last and last. It's a Coleman electric. And if you ever want to get one of those, I mean, I know everybody's into solar, but wow, are they ever good? He's got a good channel too, Randy's. He's building a little tiny house now. That lamp, it'll last all night. It'll go, and this is the same set of batteries. I've been using this and using this. It'll definitely last like a couple of nights, at least here anyway. And longer. Like I say, these batteries have been in here over a month. I don't know what it is, but it just, I mean, that's on low. It does have a high setting. That's on high, and it has a low setting. So the low setting, you would get even more. But they're really cool. Yeah, 3 full days and nights. Yeah, I can believe it. They're really good. I really, really like them. All the animals are coming at night here, guys. All the animals. See if they if I'm in here, maybe they'll come. I gotta do some cooking out there. I gotta get out my what is it called? Cast iron Dutch oven. Yeah, they're not too heavy either. And they hang. They got a nice yeah, it's still going good. They got a nice handle on the top, so you can use the handle and hang them up anywhere. They're not bad at all. Really like it. Sorry guys, that you have to look at my mug for this time. I was outside. Oh, they have a rechargeable. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, you know what? Like it's November, after the 20th, and this is not much snow for us at all. Usually we have a lot more. You definitely can't snowshoe in it. Yeah, very handy in the tent shelter. If not, you know what you have to do? You have to use the milk jug idea I told you from that forest shelter video. That cheap milk jug with a headlamp on it idea. So it's still daylight out here. Still daylight. Sun going down over there behind the trees. Nothing happening but wind. And no animals because I talk too much. It's very crunchy. Way down there, past my picnic table, is my blind that I haven't finished. I've been going different things. I do different things by different seasons. Come up to my bar. Come up to my bar and have a little drink. Nothing here, look. I have cups, but I don't have anything here to drink. Wonder if I got my other lantern here. I don't know if the batteries are working on this one. See, again, these weren't. I thought they were solar. When it gets evening, then I'll be able to put all my lights on. Let's see if we can light this candle up for the first time since everybody's here. Watch, it won't. I have a lighter, but watch, it won't. It'll blow right back on my hands, right? Look at that. Probably should use, let's see if the matches will work because it'll blow right back on my hands. Look at that. See what I see how good I am with these damp matches? Too windy. So plan B. This is what happens when you go live. Things don't go the way they should. Cabela, and then there's a lot of private, even Canadian Tire. They would have gear. Like there's a lot of small stores, Walmart, like a lot of places carry camping gear and stuff. Bass, I think there is a Bass Pro. They used to have, and in our towns, like they just have shops. They're not necessarily brand names, but they specialize in that kind of thing because there's so many recreational people and outdoor people, mountain climbers, different things that it's a big business. So a lot of private people, private shops under different names, so they don't necessarily are a brand name. It's You'd have to look, like I would just Google it on the internet and start with Cabela's. They're a little more expensive, the brand names. There we go. Try again. Okay. Like we do like have like, so say for example, Alberta has lower tax rate, sales tax. I don't know how much you would pay with the import fees. Not sure about that. Like you'd have to check on that. But see what Cabela's would charge you. We christened the candles. Matt, you were here to see that poor exhibition of. Can you imagine me trying to start a candle with a flint after that performance? See, I wanted to make sure it was going. See, survival. Cheat. Lightweight and economical. Lightweight and economical. See my little bar here? If you guys were here, I could serve you, even though I don't have any drinks. We could have like a little cookout or something. I'm all over the place too. Yeah, I could start a fire and then light the candle. Hey, I could put it in my wood stove right now. I like collecting lanterns. Anybody else like collecting lanterns? Another red one here. I got a blue one. I got an old green one. Anybody else like collecting lanterns? I got some of those little tea light candles that could start a fire. Milk and coffee. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Because that's probably what I do have. Hot chocolate. Yeah, antiques are cool. As you can see, I was kind of fascinated with all that sawmill stuff. Actually, I learned too that the sawmill was done new. And there's actually a descendant from the person that ran it. And I might get to talk to them. Oh, seashells would be cool. Coleman heaters. Yeah, I got Coleman coolers too. Yeah, they're good. I had that. Okay, if you ever, my experience with the Coleman lanterns, heaters, they were like it was on propane. Before I went off grid once in my life, I spent 6 months living in a van. I was working in the bush and I would just stay in the van. And I learned something about that experience. It was in the cold in the winter from November. So let's see, I ended up out at the end of April or middle of April. What do you think was the coldest month? Anybody want to guess? In the wintertime, not in this province, it was the East Coast. What do you think was the coldest time in the van of the month? Do you think it was December and January, or do you think it was March and April? Anybody got any guesses before I spoil it? I'll wait to see if someone guess. Gary says February. Everybody says February. Yeah. Well, you're right. It was like between the middle of February to March. And do you know why? You would think because the worst of the season was over, and back east they don't get much snow except that year we had the Juan snowstorm. It was those months because of condensation. You're even if you have the metal, not the aluminum done around the top or whatever, you will get, especially if you're using propane, you will get condensation. It will get frosted, and it's the coldest time. Otherwise, no problem. And it was surprised me that that would be the coldest time because it's actually starting to warm up. But that cold condensation made the most chill because it was damp and cold. Sometimes I get off on a tangent. A lot of you don't have snow. I know Gary gets snow. I'm sure that Thor gets snow. You just do up a bunk like everybody else does on their vans and stuff, and use the propane, the Coleman heater, and you're fine. But that took more when in the nights when it was February, the middle of February to March, which I was surprised. Yeah, polar bear. So I don't know as much about Norway as I thought I did. Wow. How close have you been to the polar bear? That's so cool. I've never seen one up close, only on TV shows. I think they're pretty amazing. No, they wouldn't be there. Labrador. It's funny how I think of Norway as ocean, like windy, colder in winter, but I don't think of the snow, and I don't know why that is. Because I think it's like coastal but why wouldn't it? Yeah, very dangerous. That they might look cute to some when they slide in the water, but I actually saw a movie where one was going in a tent. There's videos out too. Did you guys see the videos out how smart coyotes are? I know a lot of people don't like them, but they just released one down south where the coyotes were hauling in the crab traps and eating the bait out of the crab traps, taught themselves like a dog to fish the crab traps. So they're intelligent. I thought, Gary, because of Labrador and stuff, that you would have them there. That's cool. Wow, 800 kgs whole. Yeah, that was pretty smart, the animals. You know what? You know what happened to me once for an ice floe? Sorry, guys. Like if you want just like scenery, I can turn you to just scenery, sitting looking at my mug all the time. But speaking of ice flows, one of the things that I had happen was when I was on the East Coast in the bush, and I found a bird that was dead onto the ground by a tree, and I couldn't tell if it was had penguin colors. It would look like a woodpecker. I'd never seen anything. I've seen puffins before, but it wasn't that. And I forget what it ended up being. A turret or something. I got to look it up now. Anyway, this bird was in Nova Scotia on the South Shore. And it's not a bird of that place. What happened was it got on an iceberg up in Newfoundland way and come around or Cape Breton, somewhere like way up on the ice floes, and came all the way down the coast. And when it got to Sable Island or somewhere, there was a winter storm and it got disoriented. They were migrating or something, and this one got disoriented, came in and hit the tree. So I took it into the resource conservation thing, and they took it and they did tests on it and gave me the report on it, because it was at the time there was that bird disease that was going around, and it wasn't the bird flu, it was something else to do with the bugs and getting bit. Not West Nile, something else. Anyway, this bird had come on the iceberg all the way from up there, like Newfoundland coast, and floated down and ended up in the bush there. Yeah, it might be a tur. I gotta look it up. It's like a blackish gray wings and white body, and it's about the size of a hairy woodpecker. We use kgs here, but we also convert to pounds. It's like 2.2, so we just multiply. So you're saying 1,763 pounds. Yeah. Gary could tell you about weight because he got a nice moose, and they're big creatures too. Well, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. See, with old age, you start to lose track of, the stories. And I got to look up that bird. I'll look up Tur and see. It's something like that. Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. I picked it up with my gloves, of course, and put it in a bag because there was some kind of virus going around, and they said it was killing birds. So I thought this bird died from it, and then it turned out it was all the way from there, and it was just natural causes, disoriented, came ashore, and died. Thick-billed mirror. Okay. Yeah, Gary's got some hunting birds over there, different ones than we have. Connie with an IE. And that's my real name, Connie. A lot of people used to say Constance, but it's not derived from anything. I'm named after, my first name is named after my mother's favorite teacher when she was in school, because when they went to school was different than it is now. It was a lot harder for them. So to have a good teacher was, yep, that's it, Connie. Yeah, I usually people wonder, like, sometimes, like, my videos and different things, like, I don't share a lot of personal stuff about where I'm at the times. I just prefer not to disclose a whole lot, except to people that I really know well. Not that I'm trying to hide anything, it's just how it is, how it is in society now. Yes, we do. And I've actually was lucky in they're more so on the East Coast. I was able to film one catching fish one time. I thought that was really interesting. They're really good fishers. No, not on YouTube. That's why I was just saying I don't I usually talk, like, there's people that I know really well. Like, I live quite away from the first town and stuff, and I just like definitely Canada. Not too scared to say that. I'm kind of very lucky to live here. You have a beautiful place. But like I say, the world is full of beauty. You just have to look for it. Have you been fishing lately, Thor? Yeah, it's different about the hunting part. Like I said, I don't do a lot of sharing the hunting on my channel because of my channel name and my niche and stuff. I don't know if it fits. So it's kind of like contradictory. It's not something that I'm against, because that's how I developed my love of the outdoors, was through hunting and fishing, and it's taught me all my skills. But I don't know how all the rules are like I know you can show certain things and other things you can't. So you kind of got to look at all those guidelines. But something I can tell you as a hint, and I'm sure you guys already know this, that something I didn't know, because you really have to read a lot, is say if you do a long form video, right? And you put it up and you do a shorts on that video later and do a little segment on it. Then, say 3 weeks down the road, you decide to edit that video and take just a little bit out of it that didn't sound right, or it was kind of blurry. You get a notice that your video changed and they delete your short, and they don't allow you to redo a short on the video because the long form was edited. And I did not know that. It's not a strike against you, but it's a rule I didn't know about. That if you re-edit your video after and there's a short involved, then it changes the game. And now, like, I won't be allowed to post a short on that. Okay. Well, you're living the life there, Thor, because that's what I was raised on, growing up fishing and hunting natural foods from the wild and homegrown stuff. And you got some nice fish there, nice cod and stuff. You're so lucky. And it's good for you because the cardiologist says chicken and fish are some of the best, and eggs are some of the best things you can eat for a healthy heart. I love your fishing videos. Have you ever fished skate? Because that's a fun fish. Fishing skates on a fishing rod is the best fun. It kind of tastes something like scallops. The last time I was cod fishing was what we call bottom bouncing. I'm sure that's what you guys call it. Hand line. And I loved it. Back then, the cod were really big. The East Coast has a lot of what they call cuss. I believe it's spelled C-U-S-K, and hake. And you don't think that they would taste good, but they do. Yeah, the skates put on quite the sportsman fight. I did it once with my brother and that out near a lighthouse in a big bay, and I never expected it to be what it was, and it was cool. You know, the first time that we got cuss on the hand lines was something I didn't know, that their stomachs make them float just like the yellow perch here. You want some excitement, you want to fish some sharks. Sharks are something else. The worst is when we repainted our boat, we took it from the gray bottom to the red, and sharks would rub up against it because of the red color. Used to go out a long ways in the ocean. One place I haven't been is Sable Island. If you look that up for Canada, it has wild horses on it. See if we can stand this up. There we go. Let's move this a little bit. So, no problem, Gary. You know, the other thing I learned too was about fishing halibut. I thought that I caught a halibut on a rod and reel, and they're better off if you leave them sit on ice for a while, let them firm up before. Yeah, the lakes and stuff, but the ocean is like 8 hours away. I'm not used to not living near the ocean. I think I'll probably end up buying a place so I can go there part of the time. That's why I used to go home in the summers, because I was raised on the ocean. But I do have spots to go. And you know the old saying, and I know Thor uses it, is good fisherman never shares his location. He keeps his fishing and hunting secrets to himself. Yeah, it's just like, oh, what kind of tackle did you use today? Sometimes you tell them and some you don't. There's an old joke about the fisherman that went fishing, and they asked him, he was doing wild fishing, and they asked him how he was keeping track of where he was catching his fish, and he said he was just marking an X on the side of the boat. So he knew where he caught the fish. So that was a good answer. Yeah, you have some beautiful camping spots. That's the only thing about here is it's kind of risky. Like, if you want to go closer to the lower mainlands and stuff, it's safer to tent there than it is here because of all the animals. Like, I'm sure you wouldn't tent on the ice floes, hot tent on the ice floes with the polar bears. That's the only downside of that here. My lights will look better and better as the night comes on. I'm glad I got to finally burn my candles. It's kind of cool that I got to burn them like that. And got my lantern going. Yeah, they would rip the tent up for sure. Yeah, someone had this bright idea of putting a tent up by a creek down where it's warmer down south. And of course, there's lots of salmon and stuff still running, and little different fish up the creeks. And the bear come out on the rocks, and they just watched it tear up the tent. But the bad thing is, because it was a black bear, they should have scared the bear off, because now the bear thinks it's okay to rip up someone's tent. So it's teaching him bad behavior. Stuff is really cool too. I don't know what it's doing to our environment, but I do like solar because you can put up fairy lights and different things. I wonder where you are, Matt. I was going to call your name again. Hey, buddy, where are you? Biscuits and gravy. Now you're making me hungry. We were talking about all kinds of things, sharks and skates and fishing and polar bears. I don't know what you missed and what you didn't. I talk so much. This was something funny that I carved. I'm always doing something. Today I was cleaning up my back patio. I made a fire out there. I gotta get using my what is it? Dutch oven. I want to make like a pork outdoor. Oh, cool. Well, thank you. I don't have anything really exciting. I'd like to win the lottery tonight, but I don't know if you guys have those things there. Then I would go through the hassle of sending my parcels. Thank you, Thor. Best wishes to you and all your loved ones. And I really appreciate meeting you through your channels and watching them videos. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna put just frazzle up some bacon in the bottom, and then just frazzle the pork a little bit and put the veggies in. Now, right now, guess what? I just heard the bushes crack. It's got to be a deer coming in. I'm not even looking. We should flip it over there and see, and see if the deer comes out. You think? Wouldn't that be something? The squirrel's going to get up because I hear him chirping. Thank you. Yeah, I just got to get some more energy into it. I haven't been doing a lot of that. cooking stuff outside. Well, I do, but you wouldn't believe, as you know, the amount of stuff that you uh, do that you don't put on film. You just go about your ordinary life and you don't always film everything. Yeah, that was a deer somewhere. I should be sitting down. Or I should be putting over there on the other deck, and that way, if one come out, we could see it. Those candles for safety. Let's see if anything is moving over here. So I know I hear something. But with me talking, I'll probably scare it. And you know what else comes around is the grouse. Sometimes they'll hit the tree and you think it's something else, but it's only a grouse. You gotta get rid of some more bushes because everything looks like ears. Oh, that would be so cool if something came out while you were here before I went. I made a bannock the other day. That was... Check on the fire again. Walking you guys around. Oh, it's so toasty in here compared to outside. Compared to outside, it's toasty. I need to put a log on the fire. Keep that going. Of course, my bag that I had full of kindling fell over with a crash, boom, bang while I was doing that. Well, I guess I should let you guys go because I know you all got better things to do than hang out all night with Miss Connie. I sure enjoyed talking with you guys. It's nice to come on and yeah, it got definitely got a little dark. Because see, what'll happen is before what happens is I also got my solar light hooked up, but it's not dark enough outside yet to for it to come on in here. That's why outside it's not dark at all. Oh, hi Mike. No worries. We've been just gabbing about all kinds of things, and Matt, you're just a good person. You and your family, like, and Mike too. Like, you're always like making me giggle and smile. Just good people. Like, that's the bad thing. In the sense we live so far apart, but what a good connection in the community. I like that. I can actually almost taste your biscuits and gravy. Yeah, fall's got to be outside because of the it's so dark in the camp until the it makes the camp cozy. But if you want to actually sit and chat and whatever, you got to put on more lights, and I don't have that on right now. Oh, that would be so cool. Like to have a camp out with all you guys. I would love that. Go fishing. Do fish and fry. Country style. Yeah. That'd be good, like camp food to wake up to on a cool morning. And it'd be good all day food. Good old hunting trip and stuff would be fun. I thought I saw a shrew run across the ground. There's a lot more shrews this year than there used to be. Here I am squinting through the whole video because I didn't put my glasses on. So there'd be all these images of me with my squinting. And you can't wear sunglasses this time. Like, well, sometimes you have to though in the snow because you get snow blind. Oh, besides listening to me, listen to that quietness. Just listen. It's very quiet. This is the old part of my generator I just turned on. Just to keep the fridge cool because the freezer cool because it was cold, warmer today. Yeah, they always bring presents. They want those kitties are so cute. Oh, they're adorable. Well, they're pretty smart to catch a vole, because they move quick. I've seen a couple here this year, and I don't usually see them out in the open, and they move fast. They scurry under things, so they're smart. Yeah, the dog will just eat it. Dog won't just eat the food; it'll also eat yours. My dog, she's small, but she eats a lot of her weight. I know that. She's having a nap right now by the fire. I had her out today, tired her out. She doesn't go far. Yeah, those kitties are cute. I like them. They were in the MRE video helping. I'm gonna be nice and say they were helping with lunch because they were giving Mike a go for his money. He was good. You know what my dog does? If say if I were to run to do something that I know it's not safe for her to be doing, or for an example is if I go to the first town and that's about like say 50 minutes away and I can't take her because it's in the summer and it's really hot and you don't want to leave your dog in the vehicle. When I come back, because I just go and then come right back, she will run out the door when you open the door with, your crock or whatever and run around with it and shake it. So I know what it's like about the shoes. Hello, Owen. We're just having a chat about everything and anything. My dog was in the video, but not much lately. I don't know about Matt's. Does everybody know Owen from Life's a Hobby? He has a good channel and he does lots of great things, hiking, and he built a shelter in his last one, which was really awesome. The forest there looks like out of a storybook. It was so cool. You should check out his channel. He refurbished some boats, I think, too. There's all kinds of stuff he does. The UK community is really good. So if you guys are looking for some more channels to subscribe to or watch videos of, because I know you guys like watching full videos and you're good supporters, check out Life's a Hobby. Yeah, I know you'll find some great stuff. He's good at it, great at editing too. What are you up to? What time is it there, Owen? And what are you up to? Just chilling? Hi, Lily. Welcome back. We're still all just hanging out, chatting about different things, being chill. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all the times. So right now, Thor just left us and he was in Norway and it was 1 a.m. there when he left just a short while ago. So it's all different times here in the world. It's probably just coming to 5 o'clock in the evening here. Sun's going to disappear soon. Yeah, if you check out the UK channels like Owns, and there's quite a few other ones, Sticks Outdoors and Hampshire Outdoor Survival and Benny Bushcraft. I watch a lot of those. I don't always get to comment, but they're good. Yeah, just chilling, nothing too. And as you can see, it's still You can see there, it's still a bit of daylight. The skies are still blue, so maybe I'll get some activity from the stars tonight. Been missing meteors and different things because of the cloud. Yeah, little dust in the snow. Usually, sometimes I have more. You definitely won't be snowshoeing in this yet. We'll make the winter shorter. It was really, it's really was icy underfoot and really crunchy because we had snow, rain, hail, ice storm, snow, and then like it melted. So, but there's a lot of bare ground yet. So we're just here chilling, and we were. I went inside my camp for a little bit, but even with the lantern, because my solar is not on, it was too dark, and we were over here just hanging out. We were on the other deck that was in my video. We had some candles lit. I just blew them out because it was little windy. Now it's cooling down. And this is my little seed that I'm sitting on, recycled. Yeah, I don't know if it was somebody's old, what do you call that? Record player storage or something. But it's a little leather like an ottoman, so I salvaged that and from the little depot that's at the the recycle place, and use it to sit on out here on my little porch. Yeah, I have the British lines in my family from back as well, but I don't have anything of the accent. I just love watching and seeing the scenery over there, and just like the YouTube is just like so full of things to learn and knowledge to broaden your mind and keep your brain active. I like that, seeing different things and learning from people. Try to keep it as positive. Someone said to me, well, I had said about seniors, being wise about history. And then someone said to me, well, age has nothing to do with your being wise. You can still be an idiot. And I thought about it, but I wasn't even talking about that. But that's the thing. I was just talking about history and how much they know. So it's for me to, like when I'm on my channel, like I try to be positive. Sometimes there's things in life that happen that you share that's not as positive, but it wouldn't be nature inspired if I dwelled on brought all the negatives up about everything, and that's something that I don't do. So maybe it makes it not as realistic, but I try to be realistic about everything. But it's just my nature. I always try to be positive and try to be level headed about things. Sometimes, that you can't always be that way. But if you approach things with common sense and think it through first, it's better. So that's just my little talk about that. Be why don't you share more real things on that side? And that's why, because I wouldn't be inspiring if I was dwelling on that stuff. Anybody gonna go out after, or are they just gonna stay in and chill? I know Ohm won't be going out. He's probably had a long day. Squirrels are still at it. They might get taken out by the owl now that I opened it up. Yeah, that's right, Mike. I like how Matt can work in an office because he's dual purpose. He can talk on the phone and watch me at the same time, or listen to me anyway. Well, that's cool, Mike. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Seeing and it's just nice, to have. This is a good way that YouTube allows us to share moments that's easier than typing out, or, it's good to connect once in a while. You can hear my fire popping because my pine actually has a lot of sap, fat wood in it. So when it catches it, sometimes it pops. And that's Archie, right, Owen? A very, very good dog. I like how he chilled out in your shelter when it was raining. Just well behaved. And I like his colors. He's a really beautiful dog. It was such a beautiful area, and the way that he looks very smart. Like you can tell by his I call it mannerisms. I guess you can say behavior, because I don't know if you can use that term. Someone can educate me. Dog has mannerisms. He has a behavior, but you can see it. And the great thing about your video zone is when you did that last one too, is you can like feel it when you're watching it. So like when you were getting wet and you're probably maybe got your feet damp, you can almost sense that, because your videography is good. I think now where it's getting dark, I'm probably gonna go in for a little bit and chill by the fire, and then probably have a late supper and get back to everybody sometime in the week. Next week is going to be a little touch and go with the health stuff with the family. Thank you, Owen. Yes, you're always very prepared, very very skilled at what you do, and it's not just flattery. It's the truth. Call it like it is. I like that there's so many creative people, and watching and seeing how they do things. So you have have a good night there, and take care. Best wishes to you and your family. So who do I have left with me here before I say good night? Say good night to everybody. Make sure everyone checks everyone else's channel. You too, Matt. Thank you, Matt. You're an inspiration and always so cheerful and helpful. Good spirit, good person. And glad we connected. And I'll be looking forward to your stories. I'll touch base with you guys later on. It's been a pleasure. Night, everybody. Night, Lily, everybody, Gary, whoever's here. I can't tell. Bye-bye.